Thanks so much, Michelle. After a massive spike in COVID cases at the beginning of the year, driven by the Omicron variant, Washington is finally starting to see the COVID curve trend downward. The Washington State Department of Health reporting cases around the state are declining. The Omicron variant caused a peak in cases around January 14th. Experts predicted a sharp decline in cases following that. Hospitalizations are also trending downward statewide. Spokane County also saw a decline in cases and hospitalizations in the last week. And while case counts continue to fall and hospitalizations drop, Washington is transitioning into a new phase of their COVID response. Governor Jay Inslee announced last week the state will lift the outdoor mask mandate by this Friday, with more information about the indoor mask mandate expected this week. And it's been a long road for the state, one of the first states to put mask mandates in place. KREM 2's Janelle Finch is giving us a look back on how we have gotten to this point. Janelle.
Cody, it seems like a lifetime ago before we had to worry about carrying one of these everywhere we went. But it was actually June 26, 2020 when Washington's mask mandate went into effect. We've come a long way since then, and at the governor's press conference last week, he says we may see an end to mandatory masks coming soon.
So today we are adopting an additional and new strategy regarding the use of facial coverings.
June 23, 2020. That day, Governor Jay Inslee told the state, starting in 3 days, every Washington resident will be required to wear a mask in all indoor and outdoor public spaces.
A large body of studies support the use of face coverings to reduce the spread of COVID-19, while simultaneously allowing us to increase our activities. So until a vaccine or a cure is developed, this really is going to be our best defense.
Almost 1 year later, in May 2021, the governor issued an amendment allowing fully vaccinated residents to be exempt from wearing masks in public. By June 29, 2021, the governor states masks and social distancing will no longer be required outdoors, but unvaccinated Washington residents are still encouraged to mask up at crowded public events. Not long after, Washington COVID cases began to rise in August 2021. Causing general mask mandates to go back into effect for all residents, regardless of vaccination status. 1 month later, the governor requires masks for large outdoor events of 500 or more. This brings us to today, where the governor says an end is in sight.
As you know, we have saved thousands of lives in the state of Washington because we have been responsible and because we have followed science. And we are going to continue to do that. And fortunately, the science now allows us to move to a new transition period of lifting these requirements.
Now, the governor says this Friday, masks will no longer be required outdoors for gatherings of 500 or more.
When it comes to lifting the indoor mask mandate, the governor says political forces and other state actions will not influence his decision. He says March COVID predictions and public health will determine a date for when masks will no longer be needed indoors. In the newsroom, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.